Shannon McKenna, the author of Blood and Fire. I really wish that we could zoom in on this cover because it is beautiful. Shannon, thank you so much for talking to me and talking to BookPage readers.
Well, thank you for having me. This is mine.
Well, first, this is a book that is in the McCloud universe.
Yes.
So could you tell our readers a little bit about the McCloud family and about Bruno, kind of why you chose to tell his story with this book?
Well, Bruno was a complete surprise to me. As a matter of fact, most of the series was a complete surprise to me because the first one in the series, 10 years ago, behind closed doors, I just happened to introduce some people because the hero seemed so lonely and he needed someone to help him kick butt. And so I just introduced some brothers, and of course I made them handsome, and I made them blonde, and that was a mistake. All blonde, because I didn't intend to write blonde guy after blonde guy with no, I mean, you need a break.
Harder to keep up with them that way. How do you keep up with all of the characters?
Oh, I kind of don't. Well, no, I mean, they're all in my heart, so it's not like I screw anything up, but in terms of timelines and when, like Kevin McCloud in the book before here, for instance, I had no idea that he was still alive. So like 10 years ago, I wrote on his gravestone that he was born in, I think it was January, which makes him a Capricorn. It's like, no, that was so wrong. And then well, there you go.
Well, can you tell me a little bit about the story, the plot of
the
romance?
It just so happened when I was writing Fade to Midnight that the character of Bruno, the foster brother of Kev, you always need support. So I introduced this foster brother, and he was really mouthy, and I didn't really intend to make him the hero because he seemed a little light. But it turned out, I discovered as I was writing that he had this real violent, strange event in his past that he had no idea went any more further than that his mother had died in an incident of domestic violence, and it was tragic, but it ended there, and I kind of didn't know. I just wanted to make his past, like his poignant secret and all that kind of thing. And then it turned out that it was a great deal more complex than that, and I just started liking him more and more, and he was the most compelling hero. There was another guy in that book I was thinking of developing, but Bruno just came to the fore, and that was that.
Well, I'm always interested in where romance authors get their inspiration, but from what I've read, you have a very interesting background. The way you met your husband practically sounds like a romance novel from what I've read.
With a comic edge. The New York Renaissance Fair? Seriously?
Can you please tell our unenlightened readers this story?
Well, I was a madrigal singer at the New York Renaissance Fair long ago. I won't even tell you how long. And I was wearing one of those, lace-up thingies with the and that was the best part, because you basically, that is a place to go to pick up, to have summer romance, to pick up guys. And
well, especially in that outfit.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, and he had a friend who had he's an Italian guy, and he's a musician, a classical guitarist, and an oud player, and a lute player. And a friend of his had contact and said, well, come to America for the summer. We'll have lots of fun. There's lots of girls dressed in those, thingies. So, the campfire after the Renaissance Fair, where everyone pitches their tents, naked to the waist, classical guitar, moonlight. He cooked pasta for everyone, like 50 people.
Oh my gosh.
Like, how sexy is that? I mean, I could go on and on. But anyway, he didn't speak a word of English. And so I projected all of my romantic fantasies onto him. It was really great. But it turned out he was actually, behind that, a really nice guy. So.
And then you moved to Italy.
I did. The year after that,
here we are today.
Yeah. And Italy let me write, really. That was the first time I had ever, because I went there and I knew no one, spoke not a word, Had no job, had no life, had no friends. He went to work. What did I have to do with my day? It was time, you know.
Well, just being here at RWA, it seems so clear that the romance writing community is just a really vibrant, supportive group.
It's great.
Have you, in Italy, do you have a group of fellow writers, or how
I
do you
have one
stay connected?
adorable, wonderful, marvelous critique partner who's a wonderful writer, Lisa Rice, and she lives an hour away from me in Matera, which is a gorgeous place, and I'll plug it. She runs a fabulous women's fiction festival at the end of every September in a place that has the best food and the best wine and the most beautiful little unknown jewel of a city. Everyone should go to it. It's great. So, yeah, she's my support system there. I really don't know anyone else who writes, so it's just her. And then there's people online. But I actually don't go, I find it's so easy to spend all your time just talking to nice people online, so I don't allow myself to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I've wondered how these authors balance writing their novels with interacting with readers and promoting their books
and being able to take a shower, cook dinner, care for your family.
hang out with that wonderful husband.
Yeah, that stuff.
Well, finally, I was wondering if you could recommend to our readers, if they were going to read one romance novel, what would you recommend that they read?
One of my romance novels,
or just any
romance novel at all? Oh, man.
What's the must-read, particularly for someone who's new to the genre?
Oh, well, you know, my knee-jerk response is Diana Gabaldon, because I think she's God. I mean, I just love her books. But to someone who's new to the genre, she's really challenging, big, historical, complex. Then there's also just, let me think, oh my God, that's a really hard question.
I know.
There's a lot of really great people. I mean, where do you begin?
Have you been a lifelong reader of romance?
Yeah, ever since I was 10. Robert Cartland. Damn his eyes, said the Duke. His behavior is intolerable.